second. Be right there. Wow, great costumes. What are you supposed to be? Those are the last trick-or-treaters of the night, so let's take this candy and do some magic. Welcome to the studio, guys. Let's do some magic. Let's get started with this on the wall. Here we go. We'll grab this one. It's a key. We'll get to this later. We've got some stuff in here. Looks like M&Ms. We got a thing of M&Ms. We got a dollar bill. We've got a Tic Tac thing with one Tic Tac in it. Oreos. Reese's peanut butter cup, just a bunch of candy. We'll get to that in a little bit. Inside of this container there is one skeleton key, and we're gonna use this to start the night off in a creepy way. Here we go. Watch closely. You might see it turning a little bit until it unlocks something. All right, that's creepy. Oh, I got my single creepy Tic Tac here. Here's something kind of cool. If I place the container over top of the Tic Tac, it creates the illusion that the Tic Tac is inside of the container. And if I give a little shake like this, it really, really completes that illusion, making you think that the Tic Tac is really inside of that container. I'll do one more for you. Check this out. The only thing better, I think, than a regular Tic Tac is probably an orange Tic Tac. And possibly the only thing better, of course, than an orange Tic Tac is a really, really big orange Tic Tac, which, of course, is a bit of a choking hazard. Looks like a Cheeto, actually, but it's not. Put that away. We still had... Got the dollar bill. I mean, dollar bill is obviously not candy, but you know, candy's not very expensive either, is it? So, turn it into some Mentos, the fresh maker, I believe it is, right? There we go. That's pretty good, actually. All right, it's time for one of my favorites right now, which is Oreos. When I was a kid, I absolutely loved Oreos, but when I became an adult, I also love them as well. So. My brothers and I, we ate a lot as kids, and you know, you kind of like measure how many Oreos you ate by like a sleeve. Everybody eats Oreos a little bit differently. You dunk it in milk, you peel it off, you put two sides together, you eat the cookies first, whatever. Here's what I would do. I would peel off the top piece, scrape off all the filling, and then you have the two cookies remaining. And if you give the cookies just a little kind of wave like this, take a look. The filling actually begins to refill inside just like that. And that means you can take the cookie one more time and remove the top again of our filling. One second. Remove all the filling and then put the two cookie ends back together again. And this time, refill them again. But maybe make them even a little bit bigger, just like that. The top off again. And then you start eating the... That's what that is. Okay, that's a pretty awesome costume, Gizmo. Let me get something for you. Good costume. Here you go. Let me wrap this up real quick. Got some M&Ms. The yellow. You know what? Hold on. Here's a crazy thing. There it is. Everybody expects a magician to do some kind of a card trick, so I'm going to do some kind of a card trick for you here, but this one's a little bit different. It uses these post-it notes. On each of the post-it notes, I've written the name of a card. It just says like 3S, that would be 3 of spades, or beyond that it says 4H, so that would be the 4 of hearts. This says JD, so that would be the Jack of diamonds. And you can see every single page is completely different. This one over here says 6C, so that's the 6 of clubs. All right, so I'm going to flip through this, stop randomly. We could stop here, we could stop here, we could stop there, anywhere. We're just going to stop randomly right here. I'm not even going to look at what you guys end up with. Whatever that is, remember it. All right, put that away. But I have something else inside of here. Okay, careful, careful. It's okay, it's okay. Come here. It's all right, it's all right. Do you have your cards? You do? All right, come here. So they've picked a card randomly. Do you know what it is? You just have to do it one time and then you can go. Then you can go back. Got it? Okay. Shuffle the deck. Good, shuffle the deck, yeah? He's shuffling. Good, got it? Are you ready to show it? You think you have it? Okay, here we go. Go ahead and show them. Was that your card? 2 of hearts? All right, good job, bud. Go ahead, it's okay. Back in there. There you go. I know a ghost story. It's a true story of a friend of mine who bought an old house, a really beautiful house in Pittsburgh, actually, a few years ago. The house had been on the market for a long time, just years, but buyers avoided it. Shortly after she moved in, she found out why. Every night, she was awakened by the sound of a child, the voice of a little boy, calling out to her, yelling in the attic. My friend was convinced there was a ghost. She asked a neighbor, an old lady, who told her that many years ago, a little boy named Timothy died in her house. So she decided to have a seance and asked the ghost of Timothy to leave. One night, my friend went up to the attic with a set of old school slates like this, and she laid the slates together just like that, and she placed a little piece of chalk in between the 2 slates. She sat down in the dark attic and just listened. Could she give Timothy anything? Was there something that Timothy wanted? In the darkness, my friend thought that she heard writing, scratching on the slates. When she turned on the lights, she found a message. It seemed incredible, but there were 2 words written there. It said, toy dray. And she knew that a dray was an old sort of fashion wagon, the sort of wagon that was pulled by a horse. So she went to antique shops around Pittsburgh and bought as many toy wagons as she could for Timothy and just filled the attic with them. But every night at midnight, the yelling just continued. And finally, she asked the old lady who lived across the street. And yes, the old lady remembered Timothy, but no, she didn't remember any toy dray. In fact, she said she never saw any toys at all. She was sure that there were no toys left in the attic after the terrible fire that was in the attic. And that's when my friend noticed it on the slates. It wasn't toy dray. It was help. Hot. She moved out, and as far as I know, that house sits there empty on a street in Pittsburgh to this day. Have a safe Halloween. Oh, hey, you followed me up here. The Fresh Maker. Dorothy! O-R-E-O. Oreos. Let's see. Like child-proof Oreo container. I don't think there's any need for that. Or it's not for me. Sorry. It is time for that ghost story right now, so that's pretty good, right?